Blow on the phone for luck? No. Here we go. Hey! Hey! Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. And as you saw from that reaction, I got super lucky last night and I pulled the Luna Snow card out of the premium hero chest. It's a 7% chance to get any of the cards there, assuming they all have an equal chance. And I finally got it. On top of getting it, I didn't include this part at the beginning of the video, but on top of getting it, I also re-rolled it about 15 or 20 times, and I got 7 quality with the energy attack proc. Now, this card is not perfect, but it is definitely more than good enough for me. It's got 1 good stat, which the proc is actually the most important stat, and then it's the whopping 7 quality, which is by far the highest quality you can get. Crazy lucky to get that roll. Obviously, I would have preferred max HP here, or crit damage, and obviously I would have preferred movement speed here, but again, I really can't complain. I got the card after spending hundreds not getting it, and I got it 7 quality with the energy attack proc, so I am super duper happy. Now, I'm not going to be equipping this card until the end of February, as I told you guys. I want to give players enough time to catch up and get some pierce on their cards, get some crafted stats before I go ahead and do it, so that even though showcases are going to differ in terms of what I have and what you have, they will be closer to the community's averages than they would be if I started right now, or, you know, in a week, let's say. So about 6 weeks from now is when I will start equipping cards. My plan, in case you're wondering, is to sadly cue the world's tiniest violin, replace this card here, which I've had for years, because I can't craft it, unfortunately, and then replace this card as well because it's got cooldown, and I won't need cooldown as long as I can get it from a crafted stat. But that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be crafting the Luna Snow card. I want to show you guys how much it costs in terms of resources to craft a card from 0 crafted stats to 6 crafted stats. Just like I showed my Twitch viewership for this White Fox card. I actually crafted this card all the way to 6 stars, and then I ended up re-rolling it once just to randomize all of the stats, because the first re-roll, the first time around, it just had really bad stats. Now the stats are still pretty rough. Ignore defense is basically the only good stat, and I didn't get 3 blue stars the first time or the second time. So we'll see if maybe third time is the charm, because as that Reddit post indicated, it was about 1 in 3 chance to get 3 blue stars when you craft. So here we go. I'm gonna hit craft, and now you can just put any 5 cards into the pool. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could put a premium card. As you can see here, I can put a premium card. It doesn't reduce the cost to put a premium card in, so I strongly recommend that you do not. Putting in a premium card here is a big waste, so just be careful and make sure that you're just putting regular mythic cards, and it costs 400 crafting cubes, whatever the comic crafting cube card things, comic card crafting cubes, all these C's. So you can see that I have 22,100. I have not purchased any comic card crafting cubes. This is all purely from farming GBR every single day. I usually get around 350 to 500 cubes a day. I do try to go to 500 most days. Some days I just don't get it because I just don't have enough time, but I usually aim for at least 2 runs a day, which usually nets me about 200 to 250. Usually I get in through to another run, 3 runs, 4 runs, stuff like that. So you can definitely farm this yourself. It takes obviously a couple of months, but this is a long-term goal, so you shouldn't expect it to come overnight. Other things come overnight. So here we go. We're gonna roll this first star here. All of the selected materials will disappear. Yep, crafted anyways. It's fine. What do we get? So this is how it looks. I got a red star and I got poison resist. Okay, there you go. And then you can actually click on the orange question mark and you can see the available stats. Now this is why the card being 7 quality for me was so important. All of the crafted stats are going to maintain that 11%. So imagine this was 11% dodge. That would have been incredibly good for any kind of PvP builds. On top of all of my rage builds, it would just make it so much easier to cap out those stats without having to worry about grinding more Mythic Uru or other things like that. So the amount of value you can get in here just from using up, like even if I just crafted 1 star on all of my cards, right? Just for that 1 stat, it would basically eliminate your need to ever farm or even upgrade, right? You know, go over here and do this, right? You would literally never have to do this again, combined, unless they changed the cap of 75% on dodge, but they're probably never going to do that. So anyways, let's go ahead and roll the next star. Again, we're just going to use 5 non-premium cards. That Civil War card is actually pretty good once upon a time, but now that these non-premium cards can't be crafted, they just don't have much value anymore in the long term. They have value in the short term for sure, until you can get your hands on 5 premium cards, which takes about 6 months given the systems that are in place now, as long as you play GBR and do the battle passes. So yeah, let's take a look and see what we get. Second star. Blue. Okay, we get a blue star and we get movement speed. So funny enough, movement speed. Oh, max HP. Never mind. I was going to say movement speed is the best roll here. For some reason, I thought max HP was another roll. Anyway, so max HP and a blue star would have been the best possible results. But movement speed and a blue star is not bad. You need that movement speed for Ghost Rider and for Storm, so they can outrun Null and Thanos and other world bosses and other difficult content. So it's actually not bad. And we got a blue star, which is pretty cool. Someone actually mentioned on stream that it would be really cool if, like other games that have different rarities, you could still craft on non-premium cards, but it would have less of a stat bump. So instead of giving you the full amount, you know how you get 100% of those purple options, right? I'm getting 11% on the crafted. Maybe if I crafted this card, instead of getting the 11% on my crafted stats, I would only get maybe 50%. So I would only get 5.5%, or maybe I'd get 7%, something like that. I'd get a reduced amount. But that would have been a cool thing for the devs to do. I don't know. Maybe they can do it in the future. Who knows? But yeah, for the time being, that's not an option. So we're going to go ahead with the third star here. Now it costs... Oh, so the first one was 400. The second one was 800. Sorry, I forgot to note of that. The third one is 1200. The first 3 upgrades follow a very clear like increase of 400, 400, 800, 1200 for the comic card crafting cubes. After 1200, it gets more expensive. So let's go ahead and check this out. Third star here. What do we get? Blue? Oh, we get a green star. So we've gone through the entire rainbow of available star colors. Red, blue, and sadly, the worst one, green. This best stat here for the third one would obviously be ignore defense. That's what you definitely want to see. All of the other ones are much worse than ignore defense. Here we go. So let's see, now instead of going up to 1600, you actually go up to 1800 on the fourth one. So you have to be careful if you're counting on it going up by 400. It actually gets a little bit more expensive. Let's do the fourth star here. And we get another green star. So we need the last 2 stars to be blue if we want to get pierce rate. Not that we're going to equip it for the time being, or penetration. I'm not sure. I still can't remember what it's called. But we did get crit damage. Crit damage is the best roll here by quite a margin. The next best one would be either all defense or movement speed. So nice. One good stat so far, 1 okay stat, and 2 kind of bad stats here. Let's go ahead with the 5th. Here we're going to sacrifice... Oh, this is going to hurt. We're going to sacrifice the 3-year anniversary card. And we're going to sacrifice the 4-year anniversary card. Again, non-premium cards don't have value anymore. So, don't have as much value anymore. So, yeah, they were just sitting in my inventory as sort of like commemorative, nostalgic sort of things. But I can get rid of them now. I'm over that period. Now it costs 2,500 comic card cube fragments. I don't know what they're called. Anywho, hit the button, Alex. Let's see what we get. You've dragged this on for far too long. Blue, green. Oof. Okay, so the third green star now gives us 4% all resist. Honestly, for that to be good, I think it needs to be like 40. I think it needs to be like 40% all resist. 4% all resistance is just not gonna cut it for this day and age in the game, in my opinion. But let's check it out. What we could have gotten instead of poison resist, we could have gotten cooldown, which is really good, or attack speed, which is pretty good, or crit rate, which is also pretty good. So this card is looking pretty yikes at the moment. Last one here, the last 5 cards, and it costs 3,500 comic card cubes, comic card cubes. There we go. So it's a lot of cubes. That was 30 mythic cards, 30 mythic non-premium cards. We got 2 blue stars, and then we got energy attack. Wow. That's really good. That's the second best roll. Obviously, the best roll would be all attack, but energy attack is not bad at all. Still, I think I would rather just re-roll this entire card because I do think I want to aim for all attack. But look at this card now. if I stack all of the stats together, okay, you're talking about one single card with 22% energy attack, 11% all attack, all those goofy resistances, crit damage, and a proc. That's wild. 22% energy attack on a single card. Crazy stuff. So rather than spending all those 30 mythic cards re-rolling a card, you know, how many videos did I make re-rolling this card, right? And we never got anything. Instead of just dumping those and getting nothing, you can at least get some good stats here. So now we're going to do, just for a little bit more fun, just for a little bit more spiciness, I'm going to re-roll this card completely. Even though I like the ignore defense, I wish it was a blue star instead of a red star. So we're going to flush this card using a craft combined. So up until now, I crafted my Luna Snow card up to 6 stars. I didn't use any premium cards. I didn't use any premium currency. I didn't even use any gold. I just used mythic cards and the crafting cubes. Now I want to show you guys the expensive part of it. I'm not going to use any crystals, but we're going to go ahead and do the craft combine. I'm not going to lock any of the stats, so I'm going to re-roll everything to show you guys how that looks. And that's going to cost me a premium card. As you can see here, it does not allow me to use my non-premium cards. It forces me to use a premium card. And as you can see there, it's going to cost me 100,000 gold, and it's going to cost me 750 of those comic card cubes. So we're going to take, let's go. Oh, that one has cooldown all attack. Dang. Let's take this card right here, and we're going to re-roll all of the stats. So all of the stats are being re-rolled, and I'll show you guys what this looks like for science. So it's going to re-roll everything on the spot. Boom, 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 boom. We get 2 blue, 2 red, 2 green. Again, we get dodge, which is amazing. Lightning resist, which are bad. All defense, which is okay. Cold resist, and then energy attack, which is good. So not the best result. Again, probably not what I would want ultimately, but I do have pretty high. I do have a pretty high bar for what I'm looking for in my cards, and I do obviously have money to spend, and I have a lot of resources to spend, so I can afford to be pickier than, you know, a player who doesn't have a YouTube channel, right? So we're gonna do one more here for the Luna Snow card. Just, you know, one deserves another here. We're gonna sacrifice this card here, and we're gonna see what we get. We're not gonna lock any of these stats. Goodbye movement speed, and we're gonna see what we get out of that. Just gonna re-roll all of these stats and see how many blue stars we get. 1 blue star and 4 green stars. The green stars will not leave me alone. I hate that. So we got pretty unlucky with the blue stars. We got ignore defense, dodge, and physical attack. So again, if you're re-rolling, or if you're rolling for stats and not for pierce, this is a pretty dang good card. Again, if I fold together all the stats, this card suddenly has, you know, all attack, energy attack, crit rate, physical attack. So it's got basically 22% all attack, because it's energy and physical stacked on top of the all attack. So 22% all attack, 11% ignore defense, all of those resists, dodge, and a proc. Pretty wild stats for a single card. Not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for blue stats, blue stars with, you know, all attack, cooldown, and ignore defense. I did get ignore defense on this card, but yeah, blue stats, not, or blue stars, not green or red. So that is how it looks, and that is what it costs to craft your cards, craft your premium cards, and then to re-roll them if you want to re-roll them. I didn't lock any stats personally. Looking at these stats, I still wouldn't lock them. If the energy attack here was blue, I would lock it. If the dodge was blue, I would lock it maybe. If the dodge here was blue, or the ignore defense was blue, or the physical attack was blue, I would definitely lock it. But because they're green and red, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a full re-roll. And the full re-roll is the best in terms of value, because I'm still using 1 premium card, but I'm getting 6 brand new re-rolls, right? Which means you have 6 brand new chances to get good stats if your card has all bad stats, right? Obviously, if you want to go in and start locking stats, that's when it's going to get more expensive. I want to keep the dodge, I want to keep the physical attack. Now, instead of costing me 100,000 gold, it's costing me 100 crystals and another premium card that I've got to, you know, wait 40 days to farm up to get if I'm not getting it through other means. So yeah, that's how the system works. Again, I'm not going to be equipping these cards until the end of February, so, you know, don't worry. The showcases and stuff are going to remain the same from now until then, and then from then we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.